Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Tiny Biomes Cozy Idle. We're going to be continuing where we left off. We had just maxed out our goats here, and as you can see, they're goating at maximum goatage. So, yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to hopefully get towards the end of this. I don't imagine there's too much more on this formula to see, but maybe there is. There seems to be some sort of a cat love story going on in the background, but I don't know. Who doesn't like their abusive kitty cat boss who tells them to go chop wood? Unlock gem bush. Alright, so there is at least one more tier. I have no idea how far this game does go, but we'll see. It hasn't done horses, it hasn't done cows, it also hasn't done pigs. Now, I don't know what horses could give you. So I'm thinking it's probably like cows and then pigs. At least that's my thinking. At some point we're probably going to be able to one-shot those chests, and it's going to be a little hard to know where that point is, because it's actually pretty hard to know where the chest even is, so... So I'd have to, 1, see it before damaging it, and 2, have a clear view of it as I do it, so... I'm not saying there's a universe where that doesn't happen, but also there's no real planning it. Like, I could have done it right there, but I didn't see it in time. So I don't like that there's not different variants of sheep, I do like there's at least different variants of these. But the sheep were a little bit of a missed opportunity for variety. Mostly maxed out this axe. Wait, 1, yep, we got it. We are damaging it enough to kill it. Actually, maybe we aren't killing it on a normal hit. Maybe it was just the critical hit. I think it survived a round. Yeah, it is surviving a round, so it does take more than 1 regular hit to kill. We're gonna go up to, of course, a platinum. I'm guessing it's platinum. So we go from 500 damage to 600, 700, then probably it's a 100 increase from there. So my guess is it's just a 100 increase. But I guess we should start upgrading stuff again. So we're chopping pretty good now. Or did we not max this out? We didn't even max these out. Look at us. We said we don't need these skills. Get out of our lives. Winter tree. Yep, see, I was right. They were hiding a winter tree back here. There we go, just a higher overall multiplier. Takes care of a lot of those upgrades. And now the forest is a whole lot more dense again. We're getting pretty close to the next upgrade, which will be 60 million. We could have saved up for it at any time, but one of these runs is just going to tip us over it. Oh, and I'll just get like a whole bunch of materials from these diamond after I forget to harvest it for a while. Of course, I'm just going to put it back into the weapon anyway. go. Right there. We're gonna get ourselves our winter tree. Hey, your name? How are you? Oh, hey. I'm fine, how are you? Oh, hey, I am... Hey, relax. I just wanted to say hello. Seem a little tense today. Anyway, the weather became very cold. Do not forget to dress warmly. I wouldn't want my best worker to get sick. You look busy. Can't wait. We could talk later. See ya. So sick. Sick and tired of all those questions. Am I right? Oh, baby. Everything's all frozen. Now that was a market increase in value. I'll give it that. These aren't even very expensive. I'm just going through the tree to see what's hiding behind it. We're increasing the value of our harvesters again. So now they'll do a lot more damage and break more trees. Fantastic. Well, that's most of the upgrades for the trees here, at least. Well, I mean, not the trees, the collectors and stuff. Trees will be like the next time. We are chomping right through it. We put more trees on the map, at least. one tapping them either, so upgrading our weapon, our tool, would be more of a boon than before, I guess. We'll upgrade the value of the trees more still before we dive into another upgrade round. Yeah, we raised the value quite a lot. Now to see how much it's going up. Like each one of these at last upgrades has given us like a 20 million increase in value. Just like that one was like a 25 to 30. The next fancy upgrade on the tree is something about clover power. That one was a little less of a boost, but it's still a boost. So we are boosting our way right on up the tree. So now we've got an appreciable amount to upgrade with. So we're gonna aim for the next level of tool. We still aren't single tapping them, even with our upgrades, but it's okay. That's just a matter of upgrades. So we're getting close to just making enough to get that clover upgrade. This one's gonna probably give us enough to get the clover upgrade if we want to go up that, so we'll probably snag that. That was our 100,000th tree. I think the last achievement is for 1 million. So we're 10% of the way done with the last achievement. Look at that, I was right. Just got plenty to get it now. Bam. You unlock the clover skill. The clover skill greatly increases your luck. Honestly, this is my favorite skill. Luck is the most important thing for us right now. Although, with you here, we might not need that much luck. Hey, your name. Would you like to see where I live? Sure. Good, then follow me. We arrived at my home. As you can see, this is where I live. I know it is not a very modern place, but I like it this way. Would you prefer living close to nature or in a modern city? This place is beautiful, why not? I'm glad we think the same. Anyway, let's talk about why I called you here. I want to tell you about some rumors about the company. I don't know why, but you are easy to talk to. I can explain the situation or you can return to work. Tell me, I'm listening. Alright then, let us go back a little in time. So recently, I was a hard-working worker here just like you, and you became a bad boss. Back then, the company was doing very well. I worked very hard and did everything I could for the company, but it did not last long. Our boss at that time stole the earnings of all workers, including mine, and ran away. The senior managers were not ready for this situation, so they tried to fix things quickly. First, they tried to find the old boss, but nobody knows where he is. So he was never found and never punished. Anyway, since I was the longest working and best worker, they made me the boss. But honestly, this is only temporary. They said if I do not meet their expectations, I will return to being a normal worker. Do not get me wrong, I like my job, but I was getting tired, and I started to like being the boss. I was very angry because I thought I might lose my position, until you arrived. Now things are going very well, and the senior managers are happy with me. I want to thank you for that. You have not reached the top yet, but I'm sure you will. Anyway, I took too much of your time, sorry. Show you around, but it's getting late. Let's meet again later. When you go back, try not to be seen too much by the other workers. I do not want to give the wrong impression. I do. Oh, baby. I definitely can't read that. I wonder if this is something people have translated in the discussions. Nope. That looked very much like German, so I don't know what it is telling me. So gem trees are a little expensive. So whatever clover bonus does for us, we'll find out later. I see the clovers, but I have no idea what the clovers did for me. So the clovers at the top of the screen are visual, but they aren't doing a particular thing for us. I think they're just showing you that the power is active. Yeah, it doesn't really tell me at all about what it does. Let's come upgrade our tool. We're gonna get the lovely red axe, of course. Go get a couple notches into this bad boy. least now we finally one-shot the trees. I think it's a multiplier to harvest value, but it's a little hard to tell. It doesn't last quite long enough to get a handle on if it actually is working that way. Yeah, I think it is safe to say that increased our value a little bit, so fair enough. Although it could have been the other upgrades I did along the way too. We're gonna get more auto collectors and stuff, so that'll be nice. Okay, so they disappear if they actually reach the island. Yep, that's definitely an increase in value for sure. Good. Look at that raised clover chance and it just no clovers. Oops, no clovers. Okay, so we maxed out the raids now, and the collectors. Guess we put it into tool until it gives us enough for the next upgrade. Eventually those things will connect up to each other. At least we don't have to specifically worry about damage because we're one-shotting stuff. we go. That's our upgrade. That gets us the gem trees. Hey, your name? You finally reached the most valuable tree area, did we? By the way, I realized I forgot to tell you something last time. It is time to tell you my real name. Oh, really? My name is Myra. That's a nice name. Well, sure. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Anyways, I will not take more of your time. See ya. Well, there we go. We got their name. We got the bushes, which means we got a new island to look at. Can't buy it yet, though. New biome. I like how their idea of gem tree just being red. Funny. I guess that means we are closing in on the final chapter of this adventure, perhaps. I guess we should level up the earnings, because this will help every run. It is nice that there's some overlap with the island for some clover locations. So at least we could be chopping trees while collecting it. Before we had to go off and into the water area to collect it. Starting to get some weird slowdown and nonsense. Crazy. We'll roll through the cheap upgrades to see what's hiding in the back. Oh, there's another tree area. What is he talking about? The other dude's crazy. It might be a girl. Could be the case, but I ain't gonna guess. If they want me to know, they'll tell me. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's totally another island, see? It says the most valuable. I guess they never even knew about it. We're not close to the end. I guess it's good there's legs on it. Alright, we'll start upgrading this island stuff. Oh, here we got the cows. They're cowing time. Ah, they give us the milks. Such the milks. So each milk is worth 70,000 right now. So we don't offhandedly chop them down in one, but 2 chops will get them. So there's room for growth on leveling the tool as well again. I wonder when we'll get to see their chest, because it's still pretty hard to see things. Was that it? I think that was it. It's this thing right here. It's not as cool as the goats, but you know, it's fine. I will accept it. Boosting the value up quickly. Now, honestly, we're leveling through this round's aminals pretty quick, which is nice. I think it's a little weird how almost always the animals are just laying down. It makes them all seem a little lazy. Poor lazy aminals, right? So we maxed out the value. Now let's see if it's reaching anywhere close to the value of the other stuff. I have a feeling this time it's not quite. We also only have like 20% of the aminals we will have. Maybe even a little less than that. I think it is a little bit less than that. So we can multiply the value of it by about 5 or 6. Yeah, it'll be about equivalent actually when we max that out. It's not too shabby. Ooh, maxing out the number is going to be a little expensive actually. Much more expensive than the value actually now that I'm looking at it. Interesting. But I guess we're going to start dipping into leveling up the tool as well. This is the first time that leveling up the amount of animals is significantly more expensive than the value. So that's a bit of a departure from the leveling scheme. I guess we'll give a round to the value of stuff. Oh wow, it's actually kind of expensive to level stuff up. I mean, it doesn't mean we aren't doing it. I was just like noting it. It's like, huh. Okay. Let's see how much that rose the value. I think this round the gems are gonna be more valuable than the animals. So it wants a rainbow circle to unlock, or whatever that is. This looks like it's gonna be pigs. This looks like a mud pit in the middle. I like how they couldn't decide on a particular gem to call this, so they just called it gem. When it clearly looks like something like a garnet, maybe. Enjoy your nondescript gem cheese. Yeah, we're up to doing 5,000 of the regular hit, 10,000 with crits. Maybe it's time we just throw a round into our tool and get the next level up. Well, we only have like one upgrade left in this, so let's get those down too, I guess. Yeah, and there's just a couple on this, but we'll keep throwing more and more into the tools now. It's starting to get a little expensive itself, so that wouldn't have been instant either. Yeah, now from what I've seen, we're gonna actually reach the last achievement without too much trouble, I think, without reaching the end of content. I was a little concerned that we were close to end of content and we were just not going to, we were gonna have to grind that out. I'm thinking it's gonna be the other way around. I think we're gonna have all the achievements before, by a decent margin. Now we have all the ones up to the diamond tree. I feel like an overarching shape on this. Looks a little bit like a star, but with like a sword. But I mean, I don't know if they have a design they're going for. We are certainly getting more out of our runs now. Sure, we'll put more aminals. We'll get aminals when we can, and then we'll put the rest into our tool. Yeah, we're getting 2,000 per upgrade. That's actually quite a lot of damage. I mean, our critters full percentage seems to be at least 50% now. It's a little hard to tell from what I'm seeing. I don't know if there's a stat screen. I could look for it. Maybe there is a breakdown thing. It doesn't actually give you one on the upgrade pages, though. Nor does it tell you the value of what increases do for you. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna tell me. Yep, we should be able to upgrade our tool shortly. We go up to diamond, I suppose. Now the base damage is now 10,000, 20,000 crits. We'll keep pumping our way up the tool because it's cheaper than leveling up animals. And the trees combined. I think our harvesting thing is as big as the original island was almost. Look at that, we were finally able to afford another aminal. 5 million is the next upgrade in the skill tree. You could save up for it at any time, but I don't feel the impetus to. We need that. The new tree type's only going to be more valuable once we put a lot into it anyway. Not even going to unlock the next island. I want something called the Rainbow Circle. We definitely are crunching our way through the trees. They have kept it feeling pretty chonky to chop the trees. Other than the very, very beginning. Well, thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna cut off now for a little bit, and then we'll be back for the rest. Thank you for watching.